Hey, World Entertainment, and I have seen the brand new Red Sonja, and we are going to review it right now in this. And I have no idea what way they're releasing this thing, because that seems to be all over the place. And that was one of the big worries we had when we found out who was distributing it, because it's the same company that did it for Solomon Kane, and they did the same thing of this absolute terrible distribution crap. And it's the same here. It's a mess that it's getting like 1 day release here, and it's only going in one cinema there and stuff like that. But yeah, so this thing could end up kind of being a bit of a Solomon Kane, in the sense that the critics obviously are kind of all over the place on it. Mainly they hate it. Fans will probably kind of be mixed on it, but then I think it'll end up getting or gaining this kind of respecting kind of maybe a cult following, kind of like Solomon Kane did. So the movie overall, for me it's decent. I thought it was alright. It's nothing spectacular by any means. It's not horrendous by any means. And the one thing I will put it to you right now, it a hell of a lot better than the trailers made it out to be. I didn't particularly hate that trailer, but a lot of people were looking at it going, this just looks like girl boss ridiculousness and over the top stupidness. It's a hell of a lot better than the trailer made it out to be. It actually really is. It is quite a different world to what you're used to when it comes to the world of Red Sonja and Conan and stuff, being that there doesn't seem to be sorcery and stuff like that in it. There is creatures and like monkey people type of things there throughout it, but actual magic and sorcery and stuff like that, there's like elements that seem like they're attached to that, but they're never specified that they're attached to that type of thing. There's definitely no sorcerers or wizards or anything like that, so it's kind of a very different world than what I'm kind of used to when it comes to the likes of a Conan or even the original Red Sonja movie, never mind the comic books. But overall, Matilda Lutz, of course, who was playing Red Sonja this time, she looks great. I thought she was decent in the role. She starts off a bit rough, her acting was a little stiff at the start, but then she kind of seemed to be more relaxed into it. I don't know whether that was a directing choice or not, that they wanted her to be a bit stiff or not. I don't know, but either way, she does kind of start off a little bit stiff, but then kind of relaxes into it. The one thing, there is a moment in it where she starts singing. Now, she's singing for the dead, basically, but it's hilarious because her lips are basically not moving when she's singing. It's like, yeah, you edited that pretty poorly. The editing overall with it, some of it is fine, some of it's a bit clunky and all over the place. The visual effects, for the most part, are quite decent, and it looked rough in the trailer, it looks rougher in the movie, is the Cyclops. But I think they did that on purpose. And what I mean by that is, I think they were trying to make it look like how the monsters and stuff like that looked in the original Conan and Red Sonja movies. I actually really do think that is the kind of look they were trying to go with that thing. And he's not really the only thing that looks that well. He's the worst looking one out of all the things. There's a couple of animals that you can clearly say, like, oh yeah, they're CGI, but they don't look terrible. And there's a few shots, like landscape shots, that are quite digital, but it's nothing terrible, for a movie that had like the tiny budget that this thing had. So what is the story this time around? Well, Sonja is going out searching for her people, because when she was a kid, her village got attacked. All the kids pretty much, well, at least her, ran away. She was told to run away, by the way. It wasn't like she just ran away while the village was getting slaughtered. And she's grown up searching for her people, while our main villain, Dragan, played by Robert Sheenan, or Sheenan Han, I think it's just Sheenan, he's on a quest to find the other half of a book. He thinks the book is a weapon. He thinks it's giving him, like, knowledge. And he's the only one who can decipher the book. But it's giving him knowledge for power and stuff. But the book is incomplete because it's in two halves. And he's searching for the other half. How do you come together? It was a bit contrived. Now, the one big issue I do have with this movie is time. And this seems to be a problem with a lot of movies and TV shows now, is the lack of telling you how much time is passing, because we're not seeing or being told how much time is passing, because 1 minute they're there, but then they're over here, and it's like, wait a minute, is this like the next day? Is it the next couple of days? Is this a month later? Like, how much time has passed? And that is an issue. So she gets captured, Red Sonja that is, and basically put into a gladiator thing, which is all. By the way, you've basically seen the entire movie in the trailer, but they put them in these gladiator things, and they're to fight either each other, other people, creatures. You know, they don't know who or what they're going to fight. But she refuses to fight, which something happens because of that, which then makes her want to fight Dragan, and it goes on from there. But then the next time we see her, she's ready to fight and stuff, but they won't put her out to fight. But then she's out there fighting, and it was like, hang on, what? So that's where the editing gets a bit choppy as well. The other thing that really bothered me, well, it's not that it bothered me, it's just, it's really poorly done, is flashbacks of when she was a kid, how she lost her mother and stuff like that. It's the way they put it in there and where they put it in there. It's kind of just haphazardly put in there, and you're like, ooh, that's badly done. I'm making it sound like the movie is terrible, but I enjoyed it. It's just, and the flashbacks aren't big, long flashbacks. They're just like a few seconds long each one. It's just where they're put and the way they're put in. It's horrible. Overall, the action was decent. Matilda Lutz, well, she looks great as Red Sonja. And for anyone wondering about the chainmail bikini, as soon as she's given that, yes, it kind of evolves, but it remains the chainmail bikini. Once she's in it for the entire movie. There's no like, oh, she's in it for like one scene or something. No, she's in it for the entire movie once she's put into it. So anyone, and for everyone that was saying like, oh, you know, they're kind of fighting back against the male gaze, it's like, why would you then put her in this and keep her in it for the entire movie? That makes no sense. The villain, though, I do have to say he was terrible. It was like overperformance, which was an issue, and his motives and stuff were stupid. But he has like technology, and this is where I'm confused, because he's got a guy who's basically an inventor, but he's not a sorcerer or anything. But he's like, it's almost like the power of the sun in, is it even a containment unit? I don't even know what this thing was. It's just these spinny yolks, rings basically, and it was sending power out into his kingdom that was actually giving them like electricity, like turning lights on and stuff. There was no real explanation to that. And that, again, this is where the time type of stuff comes in, and bad editing, is that you're not given enough information with stuff like that, and then you're not seeing how much time has passed since this thing happens and that thing happens. Like, hey, I need this thing to happen with these things. And the scientist dude is like, yeah, okay, it'll take X amount of time, but then the very next scene they have it, and it's like, wait, did that much time pass? Because everyone else is still reacting like nothing had passed yet. But that was strange. And again, that's really the only element. Well, no, that's not the only element of that hinting of like, is that sorcery or what is it? The Annisia is the character's name, the blonde and all the white that's in the trailers. She's basically Dragan's right-hand person. She hears voices and sees the dead of the people. I think they said the people she killed. But she drinks these potions to either see them or quiet them, because I'm not sure which way it worked, because when she drank it she starts seeing them, but it's being told that when she drinks it not to hear them. So that was a bit confusing, but that was the only other thing. And again, there's no explanation as how or why she hears voices and stuff like that, and how she gets this potion, or even who makes it. So again, that's where the whole sorcery type of thing is a bit weird. Now, when it comes to the action, as I was saying, the action is decent. Does Red Sonja overpower guys? Because of course that, especially in today's climate, that'll be one of the big questions. Like, does she just overpower all these big 6 foot something dudes that are 200 something pounds? Is she throwing them around like rag dolls and stuff? No, that doesn't happen, because every fight she's in with a guy, she is armed. Every fight. So the one time she's not armed, when a guy who's actually this monkey thing, he knocks her out with one punch. Like, he flat out just knocks her out. And every other guy she fights, it's while she's armed. Now, the one problem I have, and it's only one problem with kind of one of the last fights, is they do that thing, and this is bad camera work when this happens, and it's happening in a lot of movies, even with guys. She's fighting and the other guy will be behind her, but rather than attack, he's clearly, waiting for his mark, which is just stand there and wait till she finishes with one dude and then he goes. It's like, don't put him in frame if that's what you're going to do with the guy. The other thing that was funny was pretty much the main battle that happens kind of just randomly happens. What I mean by that is they're all out in the forest, but they come forward to the big fort thing that they're going to kind of attack. The Dragan and his people don't know that they've come forward, but they just randomly come out of that fort with like cannons and start firing fireballs into the forest. Obviously to try and kill them and to lure them out, but the fireballs seem to be landing right next to them while they're in the forest. But then we're being shown shots where they're going miles into the forest. It's like, wait a minute, we've cleared. So again, that's bad at editing, but that was how the fight started. It was just like really strange. It was just like, you had no idea that these guys were going to come out of the fort and start firing, nor did they have any idea that they were coming out of the forest anyway, or that they were still in the forest. So why would you just randomly go out and start? It was weird, but overall, it's one of them movies that it's kind of like, it's weird. It's a bit dumb at times. She's not a big girl boss, which I think helps. Again, because every fight she has with a guy, it's a sword fight basically. She's not lifting guys up. She's not like throwing them up over her back or anything like that. There's a couple of times where the guy is already stabbed and he's on his knees when she does the kind of arm pull takedown, but he's already practically dead. And then there's another dude where he's going to stab her, but a guy behind her is going to do the same thing, and she kind of uses the guy behind her's weight to force those two guys into each other, so they practically stab each other. So she's not overpowering them, which is interesting because everything we've seen lately is these little 5 foot nothings just be powerhouses, and she's not that at all. The ending is a bit weird, and it does set up a sequel. There's no doubts about that. It definitely leaves the door, well, I shouldn't say it sets up a sequel, but it leaves the door open for a sequel. And no, it's not Conan or anything. There's no mentions of a Conan in this universe or anything like that. The one funny thing though is her whole mission is to find her people, and as soon as she finds them, she's ready to go off and explore the world. It was like, wow, that was quick, and something with the book happens as well with the villain, which is just like, that was also a bit anticlimactic and ridiculous. Again, it sounds like I'm just dunking all over this movie, and yet I still enjoyed it. But it's one of those you'd really have to see for yourself to I think a lot of people will hate this and just think it's absolutely stupid. I think you're going to start hearing a lot of people coming out going, oh, it's ultra woke bollocks. It's not. It really, yeah, there's a crap ton of women in it, but it's not woke because, like the men, they get beaten. You know, there's no like, oh, they're just overpowering dudes. No, they get beaten. Some of them die. So it's kind of, you know, it goes in that direction. But, oh, the one thing, Red Sonja's horse. She has a horse. I don't know where they got this horse, but my God, is that one well-trained horse. Like, the horse is unbelievable in how well this thing is trained. Like, to get her up when she's injured, they actually managed to be able to get this horse to lie down, scoot over, so she can climb on and then stand up, and then to get her off, will lie back down. She sleeps on the horse, basically, you know, while it's lying down. He lies down, she'll lie on top. There's a scene where she's walking, she's like going into water, and the horse wants to get there quicker, so kind of starts nudging her in the back. A girl her size and a horse his size should be easily able to overpower her by nudging his head, and this horse manages to do it, you know, with a bit of force, but as gentle not to send her flying. So it's one hell of a well-trained horse. And yeah, the horse is basically like a roach, only smarter, for Witcher fans. So yeah, again, overall, I enjoyed it. It's not going to be for everybody, but I enjoyed it. Again, it's not a great movie by any means, you know, but it's certainly not a terrible movie. And yeah, I think it's worth a watch, especially to make up your own mind about it. But yeah, overall, I thought it was okay, you know. So do let us know if you've seen it, or if you're going to see it, if you have interest in it. Let us know once you've seen it what you thought of it. So there's not much else to say about it, because other than that, I'd have to go into big spoilers stuff, and I'm not going to do that. So with that, I suppose I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Again, if you've seen it or you're going to see it, let us know in the comments, after seeing it of course, what you thought about it. Cheers, and I shall catch you in the next one.